Another 161 stranded Nigerians have returned home from Libya, while the National Emergency Management Agency says the returnees comprise of 48 women, more than 100 men and 11 children. They were brought by the International Organization for Migration and the European Union on the platform of the Assisted Voluntary Returnees Program. Well, joining me now to discuss this further is the public affairs analyst, Emmanuel Okonkwo. Good to have you here on the program tonight. Now, we know when they return, most of these returnees, when they come back, they narrate ordeals of how they were mistreated or how they get jobs that are not dignifying.
True.
But one gets to ask, why do these people or some of us Nigerians take to these journeys knowing the dangers involved?
Well, I think the reason is the fact that a lot of people here see the situation in the country as hopeless. That's their perception. That may not be entirely true. So the perception is, you know, it can't get any worse than it is here. And then when they get out, then they come to realize that perhaps that perception is wrong. But you know, we all know how hard things can be. And it's now for us to be able to tell people that even though our economic situation is hard, you have to be careful going somewhere else because you might be jumping from frying pan to fire.
But isn't it enough to just talk about this? Because when they say experience is the best teacher.
True.
So, but is it enough to just talk about this? When you've said this on and on again, because if I recall about 2 years ago, there was a video that went viral about how Africans, and a Nigerian was sold for as little as $400.
Absolutely.
Dollars.
Yes.
So how do you think we can stop this so that we do not have, you know, constant Nigerians traveling out of this country through illegal means and being maltreated?
Well, the question I'm going to ask is, how many jobs are you creating? What's the record of job creation? I just listened to the Americans. January, they had this amount of job creation only in January. Do we have records like that? How many jobs are we really creating? Because if you have young people who don't have employment, then it doesn't matter what you tell them, they are going to make that journey. They will.
And so if that is the case, are we just to sit back and, you know, allow things to happen?
Well, fix this economy, create jobs, find a way to give people something to do. I run a foundation, and what I've found is the only way to stop, you know, we'll go into the communities and say, listen, don't travel, don't make this journey. People die across the desert. No one will listen to us. But the moment we began to empower them, give them skills, and give them something to do. See, when someone is busy doing something, that's really the only way you can stop him from. And
for those who return, what happens to them?
Well, you have, and that's a different kettle of fish. They come back with psychological problems. They're messed up. There's trauma. They're very traumatized, and so just the process of getting them back. It's not easy, but you have to. You see, does a Nigerian life matter? Does a Nigerian life matter? That's the question we have to answer, and we have to answer it holistically. So when they come back, what do we do with them? You give them 10,000 naira to go back to their villages. They go back to their villages in 2 months. I'm thinking that some of these people have come back before. I'm still a believer that people are finding their way down there because we keep bringing these people back, and then every 2 months there's another 200. How many people are actually out there? So I'm beginning to suspect that even though we've said the place is bad, a lot of people are still making that journey because they're not doing anything here.
Indeed, Nigerian life matter, but thank you very much. I hope the relevant authorities do something about this. So thank you very much for your insights, Emmanuel Okonkwo.
Thank you very much.